Hi everyone, this is Sean, and welcome to Questioning Money, an audio newsletter exploring how money works and how it affects the world around us. Today, I'm going to talk about the idea of printing money, which is often misconstrued. It's often been understood in economics that you can't print as much money as you want because it will lead to rapid price inflation. But this mindset is starting to change. After many years in a row where the official inflation statistic used by the US, the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, has been below the 2% mark that the Federal Reserve aims for, politicians and economists are starting to wonder whether they can print more money. At the same time, Americans are starting to wonder about this question as well. Using the coronavirus stimulus as an example, I've often heard, what's the difference really between a $2 trillion stimulus and a $3 trillion stimulus? Does it really matter? It comes up in other areas as well. Why can't we just print new money to pay off debts or for something like universal basic income? Why do we need to fight for a tax when we can just print more money? Simply put, printing more money does not buy more stuff. Think about it. Look around your room right now and pretend that your room is the entire economy. Now, pretend that there's $100 in the world, and everything in your room has a value which all totals up to $100. If suddenly the amount of money in the world doubles, and now there's $200, what changes? Do you suddenly have twice as many couches and chairs and TVs? No, you don't. No matter how many dollars there are, there's only a certain amount of stuff, and the price of one good is determined both by a comparison to the other goods and the total amount of money in the system. A chair that is priced at $5 in a room of $100 is now $10 in a room of $200. Put another way, you're not creating any more goods when you print more money. You're just redistributing. Think of America as a pizza pie cut into 8 slices, and each slice represents a portion of the total money in the country. When the government and the Federal Reserve print more money, they're not making the pizza pie any bigger. There's still the same amount of people, factories, and food as there was before. What printing money does is that now instead of 8 slices of pizza, the pizza pie is cut into 9 slices. And that 9th slice is whatever the government decided to print money for. Now, who loses in this scenario? It's the people who have the other slices of pizza. Before, they had 1/8 of the pie, and now they have 1/9. In real life, the other slices of pizza represent the savings of all Americans. If the money supply is increased by 10% to fund a new program, every American essentially has 10% of their purchasing power cut to create that 9th slice of pizza. This hurts poor and lower income Americans more than anyone else. While more pizza comes from the rich because they have more slices, lower income Americans can't afford to have their purchasing power cut by 10%, so they're hurt the most. In a way, this is exactly like a flat tax. I know that this is a lot to wrap your head around, especially if you've never thought about this kind of thing before. It's hard to imagine because the numbers in your bank account don't change when money is created by the Federal Reserve. If you had $10,000 in there one day, you still have $10,000 the next. The difference, though, is that after new money is printed, $10,000 is not worth what it was before. It's not like prices magically change overnight, either. It takes time. But make no mistake, over time, your dollars are worth less. Every new dollar created lowers the value of every dollar already in existence. Consider this over the next few years as money printing is going to become an increasingly common proposal. It's just easier to create a new program funded by money printing than it is to get it paid for by fighting for a tax or by trying to slash another program to pay for it that way. Keep in mind, though, printing money does not make the pizza pie any bigger, no matter what you're printing it for. If you don't pay for your program with a tax, the people who end up paying for it is everyone through the dilution of the money supply, and that hurts low-income Americans the most. So repeat after me. Printing more money does not make the pizza pie any bigger, it just makes everyone else's slices smaller. And that concludes this issue of Questioning Money. Thank you all for listening. If you liked the newsletter, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter @SeanCover, and I'll talk to you all next week. Take care.